Welcome back to Terminal 234. It's Fey on the mic with...
What's up? This is Dolapo, the other Terminal 234 host.
The second half.
Yeah,
the lesser half.
The sexy half.
Debatable.
Yeah, that's what they say online.
Okay.
I just got some fire emojis this morning.
Oh, did you?
I did, like literally less than an hour ago.
Good for you. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I was really happy about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope your ego.
How have you been? How have you been?
Pretty okay. It's been a long ass break.
It has, yeah. Oh yeah, guys, welcome to season 3. Woo!
Yeah. I feel like I've been off this mic for months, but it's only really been like 6 weeks or so, right? Has it been
something like that. It's probably not more than 6 weeks. I
Yeah.
think we stopped recording like the first weekend of December, so it's probably actually closer to 8 weeks.
Actually, I think it was like first.
Yeah. The first weekend of December was our last time recording.
Ew, so it's been like 2 months.
It has.
So we can never do this again.
Yeah, it wasn't really the plan, but we have to.
But you have
to
go and like jet set and.
Of course, and we have to make sure we come back better than ever.
Yeah.
So we have to,
better, stronger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shall we begin?
I guess we shall.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So we'll just start with the last weekend were the Grammys.
They were.
It feels like a long time ago because so much has happened since, or like during or whatever.
During the week.
The Grammys were last weekend.
Did you watch it?
I actually did. I watched like towards the end because I was on the West Coast, so I like didn't know what time it started, and I just kind of caught the end, like
I watched
the latter
whole
half.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm better prepared to discuss
go ahead. Lead the way.
JK. No. I feel like we might as well just start with things that are quite relevant to us in our podcast.
Sure.
And just hit those topics first. I.e., I know Naomi Campbell made a remark about representation for, African countries or Afrobeats, whatever.
She did.
Do you know that exact quote or like what the sentiment was?
I don't know the exact quote, but she basically just said that this was after the fact, after Burna Boy did not win the Grammy,
right.
blah, blah, blah. So people kind of read it as like in support of Burna Boy, but she's kind of like, Afrobeats needs more than 3 categories that they can win a Grammy in. And of course, it's like divided opinion because people are like, yes, that's true. Or like, wait, hold on a second. Like, you have to grow to get to that point. Like, it's not just.
Right, exactly. You have to grow as a genre to get to that point. And, like, even the other categories, when I really think about it, like, do they have that many, let's say, rock categories? I'm not familiar. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, so in my mind, there's probably like maybe 3, 4. Because usually they try to do like album, song, maybe collaboration, and maybe like producer.
Yeah.
Like typically, as far as I know. So I don't necessarily think that it's underrepresented. Maybe in the sense that in the Afrobeats like category, if you want to even call it that, they're mixed in with a bunch of other international acts. So it's not like really like you get a big chance of being nominated if they only give maybe 1 to 2 Afrobeats people a look.
Yeah.
And then
I think also I think it's just also like Afrobeats is still coming up.
Exactly.
And you have to remember like it's an American award. Like it's not. I mean, they try to be more global because they want people to watch. Like that's why they do it.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
But they're not listening to all this. Like, it's impossible for them to completely represent. So I think, to me, it's not a bad thing. Like, I remember back in the day when Nice had the song. I forget what song it was. But Nice had a song where he mentioned, like, he was going to win a Grammy. Like, and it was like, Nice, you're never going to win a Grammy. Like, we love that you think about this, but like, it's never going to happen. And now it's literally possible. Like, you can potentially win a Grammy.
He's one of those artists that paved the way for the likes of Burna Boy. But then on that note, Burna didn't win.
No, he didn't.
On his nomination. But somebody who has been in the game for a while did win. Somebody who was on his album, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody that he highly respects. And I don't think it's like he was snubbed or anything. I think it's just a matter of like what you had mentioned earlier. You kind of had to just do your time and like make it clear that you're meant to get that award. And
to be fair, like Burna Boy was not mad at all. Angelique Kidjo is actually who won. And Burna Boy was not mad at all. He had on the album, like you said. Her part on the album was like phenomenal. I forget what song it was on. It was on a song with with, I want to say Damian Marley, but I hope I'm not saying the wrong Marley.
You're right. It's Damian.
It's Damian that was on. Okay, because there's a bunch of Marleys.
I know.
But there's a song with Damian Marley, and she she killed that song.
It.
She killed that song.
And
yeah,
then
I think
did you see her
Burna Boy was
acceptance
really.
speech?
Yeah, I didn't actually.
You didn't?
No.
Well, even on her acceptance speech, she like brought up Burna and like said, you know, he had a great year, great body of work, something along those lines. Either way, she made sure to like give him a look. So I think she realized like, yeah, maybe I won this Grammy and maybe it was duly deserved, but I do realize somebody else is in this category equally deserved it. Let's just let everybody stop talking about it. The two people involved are fine. They're good.
And I think Burna Boy actually made a comment that if he won it, like he would have given it to her anyway. Which like it's like, oh, like how cute. Oh,
that
like
is
sweet. You know, so it's like, yeah,
Such
you know, like Burna Boy is like he's a student of the game in that sense. So I'm not surprised that he would say that, especially since he didn't win, so he doesn't have to prove it. Like, he'd be like, "Oh, I would have given it to her." Like, lies.
I mean,
like,
even a quick side note. I know I was watching an interview with him, which he doesn't do interviews often. So anytime he does one, I'll watch it.
He's been doing a lot more,
he's been doing more, but not as often as some of his counterparts. But anyway, he had one with Rap Radar, and I remember him mentioning that she was like a great inspiration to him, one of his favorites of all time. So I was like, honestly, everything came in full circle. It was beautiful. Everybody, we can now all move on. Burna is not sad. He's good. He was nominated.
Yeah. So Grammys.
Anything else you want to touch on?
No, I'm done with Grammys. I want to go to new music.
Okay, fine. There was so much else that happened on the Grammys, but
I mean, you can tell me. You know, I watched it. I saw of course, I saw the tributes.
That's what I was gonna mention.
I saw the Nipsey thing. I caught the end of it, so I actually missed like the McMill part.
Oh, that was one of my favorites, like him and Roddy Ricch, because it was a new song. And I was like, oh, what is this?
I don't know
Roddy's
if I
having a moment.
Enjoyed it as much during the moment, but I listened to the song after the fact, and I was like, yo, like.
I know. Oh, look at you.
It was tough. Like,
I enjoyed it in the moment, actually. I mean, especially because Roddy's having a moment right now. I did not expect him to be on that stage. I don't know. I actually wasn't familiar with everybody that was supposed to be performing on that tribute. So it was a nice surprise for me. But overall, it was great. You know, John Legend sounds immaculate always. DJ Khaled just was yelling on stage like he'd be doing. And it was a good tribute, though. And they won for that song. So obviously that's a beautiful thing. And at the same time, you know, there was a slight Kobe tribute during the performance. So that was very sweet, which we'll get to in a little bit. But that was one of the highlights. And then, I mean, I just enjoyed the show as a whole more so than I have in years. Like, I haven't watched it consistently in years, but this year I think they did a really good job. So that's all I really wanted to say on that.
From when I saw the show, it was pretty enjoyable. I don't think I saw it last year, but Alicia Keys was like phenomenal. Like, I like she was just like chill. I was literally telling someone, like, first of all, you can literally not hate on Alicia Keys. Like, she didn't have to be. She was just like cool. She's like, oh man, like I'm enjoying this because it's Alicia Keys. Like, she's awesome. So I think she made everything like work. The only thing I would say is maybe I missed too much of it, but it seemed like there wasn't that much hip hop on, like, in terms of performances.
Oh, okay.
It seemed like it was, I don't know, that's just
pretty regular though. I feel like they usually don't have that many hip hop performances just because pop dominates the Grammys pretty much every year. They usually do capitalize on the pop stars. And this particular year they had a good selection, Billie Eilish and Ariana Grande.
And Billie Eilish.
Well, you saw that she won quite a few awards. And for me, it was deserving. If you remember, at our last episode of the year, I had mentioned that she was like the one for me that I had listened to quite a bit. Okay. In terms of pop music, she does it best. But I think we can move on from the Grammys now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that so we have this new thing we want to do.
Oh, okay.
Let us know how you feel, guys.
Yeah, please.
But we want to recommend music for you because we both love music, and it's impossible to talk about all the new music. So we are going to tell you the new music that it doesn't have to be new, but preferably new, that we are listening to, that we're gonna listen to, and that we recommend that you listen to. And feel free to let us know who has better music, like, per episode, because there's gonna be a gift for the winner at the end. I'll start it off. The new music that I have for you guys is J Hus. Are you familiar?
No.
J Hus is a British rapper, musician. He's really good.
Okay.
He's like dope. So he has a new album just came out called The Big Conspiracy.
Okay.
I've listened to like half of it so far. I listened to it this morning.
Okay.
It's really, really good. So if you like music, you should listen to it. It's chill. It's not like, I mean, it's British music. It's really good though.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the best people doing it from out there.
Okay. Nice. Let me not do album because I can't think of an album off rip. A song I've been listening to a lot lately came out a couple weeks ago now, so it's not as recent as I guess this album that you just mentioned. But Division came out with a song. It's called Muse. Division is like my jam. I love them. They're probably my favorite act out of OVO outside of Drake. So I'm even a fan more so than Party Next Door. And they kill it all the time for me. And that song is just on repeat currently. So that's Division, Muse.
All right, I'll check them out because I don't really know that much about Division.
They're so good.
But I'll listen to that song. I think I might have listened to it like
in passing
exactly, but I'm not that familiar with Division. But I'll listen to it. You said Amuse? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a song. Yep. Yes. Okay. Yep. Division, Amuse. Let me write it down.
Yours is J Hus?
J Hus.
Okay. Big and I was always the one who liked grime music. Like, I didn't mind it.
So why did you stop listening to it? When it's actually popping.
Right? I know. Like, even on that note, it's so much so popping that, like, in New York, there's, like, a wave right now, and I'm into Pop Smoke heavy. I don't even know why, because usually I would not be into a guy that, like, I feel like all his songs sound the same, and he's just too aggressive, and but, like, outside. Exactly. Yeah. But for whatever reason, I can't help it. Like, I love Pop Smoke, so I definitely will give J Hus a chance.
No, you should. I think you probably like it. He has a lot of good music.
Okay.
You know what else is going on in the world?
What?
So they're trying to impeach our president. I don't know if you guys have heard or seen I guess technically he's been impeached.
Yeah.
Like, forget about the English, but ultimately the trial has it begun? It begun, right? Or began?
You know what? Let me just do it. Let me just say it because Dolapo doesn't care.
We don't have 10 minutes.
Let me be honest. He doesn't care. So I'm gonna just say it and like wrap it up. Okay.
All right, we're listening.
So he's been impeached. He was impeached during our 2-month hiatus. You know, the House did what they do. They voted. He's out, right? And then in the Senate, the idea is you get voted out of office. We all know, and we've been known that he's not going to get voted out of office. The trial did start. It started, I believe, the week before last, if not this past week.
Yeah.
They did their opening arguments. Everybody knows where each other stands. But nothing new has been brought to the light. Nothing in addition to what the House already knew. So in order to have that happen, they needed to vote on getting witnesses and evidence admitted into the trial. In order for it to take place, Republicans had to give the go-ahead. At least 4 Republicans had to give the go-ahead. 2 out of 4 did. So it ended in a 49-51 tally, meaning no evidence is going to be admitted beyond what the House already had. The annoying thing about that is in the previous impeachment trials, that's not been the precedent. That's 1. 2, they knowingly are saying they don't want additional evidence, even though there's clearly more evidence to be had in the case of John Bolton, which was the previous national security advisor. That's a bunch of jargon, but either way, there's more information to be had, and we don't have it. And it's kind of gross because the main reason certain Republicans are saying no to evidence is because they want us to decide, the voters to decide. The problem is we don't have all the information, not nearly as much as you guys know you have or have, you know, the ability to get.
Right.
But it's fine. It is what it is. No evidence. So by this week, Wednesday, it will be official. He'll probably be acquitted, like barring any monumental shifts.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, he won't be able to say he's acquitted during the State of the Union on Tuesday. That's what he wanted to do. That's why he's been rushing this so that it could be done by Monday, Tuesday, and then he could tell the whole world, I was acquitted. This was all like a witch hunt. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But based on how the chips are going to fall, he's not going to be able to say that, thankfully.
Okay.
Just, you know, for the optics and logistics wise, we don't want him to get that look. But I don't even know what to say.
Okay, so that's your update. That's impeachment is happening. Nothing is going to change.
Nothing's going to change.
We'll see what happens in elections.
Pretty much. And look out for the results of the Iowa caucus, which are going to happen on Monday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, as you listen to this, it's probably happening.
Yep. Exactly.
Better listen on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. True. Only other thing I want to get to is the other thing that's going crazy in the world right now. Coronavirus. I don't know if you've seen, but it's in America, if you're not aware.
Yeah, I know.
I think it started in China.
It did.
They're saying it started from animals. Who knows how true that is?
Yeah, I mean, they said it started from animals, and they can connect it based off of some like meat market in the particular region in China.
I don't 100% believe that.
I mean, you know,
because they first said
how
that
can you believe anything the
they first said
government
that it couldn't be transmitted from
person to person, yeah.
And now it can. So they're learning as they go.
Well, they're also paralleling this with the SARS virus from years ago, and how jumbled and fumbled that was. They feel like they're the same thing is happening with the coronavirus. So I can understand why with every new piece of information we get, we're a little bit skeptical. But you know, with viruses, they are kind of just coming out of thin air. So they're learning as they go. So I don't necessarily fault them for not necessarily thinking it could go from one human to the next, because a lot of viruses are like that. And then on that note too, the like symptoms don't manifest for like weeks at a time. So they didn't realize like, oh, this is because 2 weeks ago you know what I mean, you did this. Like, either way, it's a little bit sketch, but at the same time, I kind of give them some leeway to make some mistakes.
Of course, we know it's out there. We know it's a new thing that they're trying to figure out. Just be careful if you're traveling.
Be careful, especially anywhere in that region.
Yeah, but it's here, like it's in Virginia. I saw in the news.
You're right.
I think it's in Washington. It's like it's in Washington. It's in Virginia. So let's just say it's in America.
From coast to coast.
Yeah, like it's covered in. Just traveling, like
in general, be very careful. And like at the first sight of being sick, don't be that person that like doesn't want to figure it out or take care of it, because that's the main issue. It's like it manifests into pneumonia, and then that's how people can die from it, because some people aren't necessarily fully equipped, like their immune system isn't equipped to deal with it. So you know, if you're feeling sick, get yourself checked out.
Definitely.
But let's not create some hysteria either.
No, I'm not about hysteria. I think you should, you know, be clean, try your best to, you know, watch what you do, watch what you eat, that kind of thing. Like, but I'm not suggesting everyone should go get surgical mask and run around. I mean, if you want to, I'm gonna judge you, but you're doing it for your life.
Exactly.
So I mean, who's really the loser here?
Exactly.
But I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna laugh at you for wearing surgical mask up and down. Yeah. Oh, and also with the coronavirus, I don't know if you saw recently.
No.
But if you recently, I don't know exactly what the thing is, but if you've been to China like within the last, I want to say month or something, you're not going to be allowed to come back to America for the moment.
Stay put, bruh.
Or if you come back, they're going to quarantine you for like 14 days
to make sure.
So just be aware that might happen. And we'll talk a little more about travel bans in a moment. All right, welcome back. Commercial. Buy the product that we just put there, whatever product that is. Buy it.
The invisible non-existing.
Product. Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, that's where your sponsorships can go. Don't be afraid. Hit us up.
But no, like I mean, we were talking about the coronavirus and the pseudo travel ban that came from it.
Yeah.
So we might as well just parlay that into the other big news as it relates to travel bans that just came out this past Friday, actually.
It did. Yes.
So I guess backstory for you people. There was already a travel ban in place for quite a number of countries. It's known as the Muslim ban amongst, you know, us common folk, mainly because it was primarily Muslim countries that were affected by that initial ban. That was what, like 3 years ago now, almost?
Yeah. I think it's literally like the 3 anniversaries, like when. Yeah. It's not, I don't know if it's exact, but it's like the week of.
Like, it's pretty much coinciding with one another.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've gone through several court cases, whatever, to try and repeal it. But unfortunately, it's been upheld by the Supreme Court. And with that type of, like, stamp, I guess, Trump has felt emboldened enough to add more countries to the travel ban. There are 4 additional countries that we are now going to be including in the ban, 2 of which are African countries. One is Eritrea, and I mean, sadly for all of us Nigerians, the other is Nigeria. Now, this travel ban specifically affects immigration for those that are seeking like permanent residency, or those who could ultimately end up seeking permanent residency.
Yes.
So not necessarily people who are just coming for tourist reasons.
No, they still want you to come, spend your money. They just want you to come.
They just want to be able to kick you out after.
Make anything out of America.
Yep. But I mean, obviously, with them being on like a travel ban list, it will kind of inadvertently affect people who are trying to come here for tourist reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the backstory. And that's where we are as of today.
Yeah.
And then on February 22nd, that's when it will be official. Like, we all know it's happening. It's been, the rollout has, happened.
Yeah.
But as of February 22nd, I think, or is it the 1st? I don't know.
I believe it's the 22nd because the first already went by.
No, like February 21st. Is it 21st or 22nd?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Either way, it's the 20-somethings. That's when it goes into effect.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And on that list of countries, we have Myanmar, Eritrea, Kyrgyzstan. Hope I said that correctly. Nigeria.
Yeah.
And then Tanzania and Sudan. I think they're already on the list, but they extended it.
Yeah, I think that is more like a
more details.
That's inside baseball. It's more detailed things. I think it's something related to like the lottery thing that they already have going. That it's affecting that for them. But the 4 countries, like we just mentioned, are those that Dolapo listed off.
Yeah, and it's very scary. I think a lot of my friends are like just trying to figure out like, wait, what does this mean? Like, who's affected? Like, it's and it seems like, I don't know, for some reason, like, it's not that much information like that's very, very specific. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, like only people trying to come here to live, but like how specific? Like, what's the criteria? All that kind of stuff. So it just makes it really hard to come here. Like, it literally is just a travel ban. More so, like, if you're not really rich, or if you're not like a high performance student, it's probably going to be really hard for you to come here. Yeah. That's what I think. That's my like interpretation. Yeah. And it's just crazy because you would think, oh, are we still doing this? Like, I thought the first rollout did not go so well. So
it didn't go smoothly, but it didn't go away either.
It didn't.
You know what I mean? Like I said, the fact that it's still in place just emboldened him to do whatever he wanted to do, because we can all tell like the discriminatory undertones that this has. Like, you're kind of just trying to find reasons at this point to keep people out. Like, you know what I mean? Especially with these 4 countries, the like Band-Aid or whatever they put over it, like the banner that they put over it is that these are all people that aren't adhering to like, or I guess countries, not people, that aren't adhering to like certain security standards and whatever the hell.
Yeah, security standards. They said some of them are harboring terrorists or weren't reported enough and XYZ. But of course, I read an article yesterday that's kind of like, oh, like China fits into all these things. Yeah. You're not. I was like, oh, yeah, don't say that. They're like, Russia. I was like, oh, guys, come on, please. Like, what are you trying to do here?
Can you not tell, like, a lot of these people have similar skin tones? Like, a lot of the people that come out of these areas have similar skin tones, similar religious backgrounds, similar cultural backgrounds. Like, clearly there's a trend going on here. So let's not mince like words. Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. I know, like, in Myanmar, I believe they have I don't know if it's all of them, but they're like very oppressed. Like, so they really like literally have like human rights issues, and like they can't come here, period. So it's gonna make things worse for them over there.
Exactly.
And of course, like most of those people that are being affected, which is what I think people don't realize, is that these are people that are coming here to try to better their lives. Like,
it's
people
not
think,
the terrorists.
Like, exactly. Don't tie it to the terrorists. Don't even tie it to like illegal immigration
or criminal.
Because this is legal immigration that's being like tampered down.
Exactly.
So if you could get here illegally, like, you could still do it. Like, I mean, of course, it makes it harder because you could use legal means to stay here legally, but it's affecting people that have, I don't want to say have every right, but have good intentions. Like, those are people that are affected.
And like you mentioned, like, you know, like every Nigerian, if not affected by it personally, knows somebody that is. Like, it just infiltrates our community like no other. Like, I know there's a big stat where, like, I think in 2019 Nigerians got $7,000 plus immigrant visas issued out. The next highest is Myanmar with like 1,400. So as you can tell, Nigerians benefit quite a bit from the immigration process. I mean, I would say for the better as opposed to for the worse. Like you mentioned, these are people trying to come here to better themselves and in turn better the country. Like a lot of Nigerians, you know, are high ranking,
of course,
pay their bills, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just last weekend I had a conversation with someone, like, with a white male and an African American male, and we're just talking about race in America. And we're talking about how, like, I was trying to explain to the white male how you can't compare African Americans to like African immigrants just because their mindsets, like, we're like, how they get here is different. So it affects everything about like and just I was trying to explain to him because he was basically trying to say like, you know, like, oh, like African immigrants come here and they do well, like it's not like almost like if they can do it, you can do it too. Like why are you like why are you complaining? But like that kind of, it was like nah, like it's different because the ones that are coming here, first of all, like they're selected to come, like not just everyone gets to come here, and then you're coming here with a purpose, with a goal. So those are the people that are being affected by this. Like those are people that are being told like, oh no, like you really want to do something good with your life, you want to get your American dream, like nah, no American dream for you. Find your Nigerian dream. And it's sad.
It's beyond sad. I mean, and like you said, this all kind of boils into the American dream and what we've all known growing up. And it's just like, it definitely shatters it, like in a huge sense. Like it feels like, is it even if I can't even be in America, if I can't touch the soil, how can I now achieve my American dream? Even if that's what I've been born and bred to do. Like even like well-to-do kids in like Nigeria, maybe they've gone to like the best schools and they've tried to take the SATs to be the best students. And maybe it could affect them somehow. Like,
of course,
obviously, the student visa is a whole nother ball game, but still, again, with immigration, period, once this type of ban occurs, there is a trickle-down effect. So it's just unfortunate. It is.
It's very, very sad. It's something that we'll see what happens. I think what's interesting, though, about kind of what you just brought up, the American dream and the American identity, because I think America's identity is very much tied to the prospect or the potential of chasing, right? Like the pursuit of happiness, right? Like that's that American dream thing. And it seems to me like policies like these are, I don't want to say an attack, but they're definitely putting a dent into that like part of it. Like, do you agree? Like, I know you're the political person, so you're about to go into politics, but do you agree like this is something that literally is hindering your ability to pursue happiness? Or do you think like because you're not in America, like that doesn't apply to you?
Okay, so you're not necessarily asking me directly. You're saying somebody who's overseas.
Yeah. Does the American dream apply to you if you're not in America?
If you're not in America. I think so because, like I said, a lot of people grow up, like, being born and bred for that's what's going to happen. Or, like maybe they have to wait until their mom can file for them or their sister can file for them. But they know their ultimate thing is, like, I'm going to end up in America. So they might, like, live their life accordingly. And, I mean, like, removing the student visa example I brought up earlier, the example I just used with, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for my mom to, you know, have everything cleaned up on her end so she can bring me over. This will directly be affected. Like, these are people who might have been waiting 15 years and this is the year that she intended on getting filed for. And now everything is just blowing up in her face. And that is, to me, the potentials for an American dream being realized and just being shattered. So that's where, and what even hurts again is like people who are currently in the process. Like, let's say you've even gone through as far as you're paying your fees, you're like filled out the paperwork, you have your lawyer working on it, all of that. If your stuff isn't taken care of by February blank, whatever date it is, you're just in limbo. You're vulnerable. You don't know what's going to happen. And that's like the most tragic place to be in. Like, think about people who like have saved up like however many weeks salary or whatever it is for this to just not be a thing. Yeah, and the process is expensive too. Like, it's not a cheap process. So at all. You can put all your money into it and then just like at the whim of someone snapping his fingers, like, oh yeah, like you can't come. Like, nah, that's not happening. Yeah. It's crazy. And like we mentioned 6,700 plus people for last year. Maybe they were on track for the same this year, but it's not just those people that are affected. It's the people surrounding them. Their families, like their families directly, people that were like counting on them to make it here, or like, oh, I haven't seen you for however many years. Yeah. You know, like, it's just, think about the thousands of people that are affected by just one decision. Do you think that there is another angle where you can say like this can be a positive for the countries that have this travel ban imposed on them, where it forces them to be like, okay, there's no easy solution of like, I'm going to go to America. So now like turn your resources back inwards and try to figure out yourselves a little better? Or do you think that's too simplistic or whatever? It's slightly too simplistic because it's way too nuanced of an issue. But I will say, like, the countries overall, like, for instance, with Nigeria, I think I heard that the president has already said, okay, we're definitely going to work with the U.S. to try and figure out what to do. Because, again, it comes down to, like, some security measures that some other countries have, and somehow everything is all fine and dandy with the likes of Russia and China.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to figure out, okay, what can we do for the U.S. to appease them and get this taken care of?
Yeah.
So I think at least on that level, like on the political level, they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Especially if they need it enough. Like a country like Nigeria, they're like the 7th most populous country in the world. Like there's gonna be spillover into other parts of the world. Like they're not. People can't just be contained in that one Nigeria. So, no matter what, there's always going to be immigration, if you get what I'm saying. Like, even if it's not America, they'll just turn their eyes somewhere else. I don't think it's necessarily going to make people stick to, like...
It's not going to make people stay. It's just going to make them find other places to go.
Avenues, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, they'll go and colonize some other area. But,
you know what I thought about, actually? I thought about this yesterday. This is completely baseless, so please don't go quote me. Okay. But I was just thinking, like, yo... Like what you just said, like you just said, like you think Nigeria will be able to figure it out, right? So I assumed that would be some kind of negotiation, talking back and forth.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like our president could low-key just be like, yo, I need you to reduce the price of oil, and then I'll take the travel ban away. Like, I mean, I don't know how. True. I don't want to say how likely or possible, but like, do you think that's like literally something that could happen? Because to me, I don't see why not. If we're like this whole impeachment thing was about something like that, and I think the travel ban is. If it has a negative effect on Nigeria, which it could, I don't really know for sure, but it could have a negative effect, then I could see that where they're in a position of like, oh. So,
let me try and sound smart and use some Latin. So that would, I think, be a quid pro quo, whatever term it is.
Smarter people than us haven't figured that out yet. So,
so quid pro quo is like what they've been arguing about for the impeachment.
Yeah.
Where like you can't just say you want something for something. You know what I mean? And when it comes to things of that sort, I don't think you can use.
I mean, of course, it's illegal to do that.
But you're trying to say, can it happen anyway?
I'm saying like, what's the possibility? Like. I mean, if we've characterized our president or this like whatever like as being able to operate in this manner, so then to me, I'm like, oh, like why wouldn't we? I don't want to say expect, but then if you believe that happened on one hand, then you almost kind of have to believe like this is a very real possibility. Like with all of these,
it's not outside of the realm of possibility at all.
Because there have been countries taken off the list. Like I think Chad was taken off the list. They were on before.
Initially. I think even like to the point where like Democrats would just turn a blind eye because this is about oil. It's not about like Russia. And it's not about politics. It's just whatever.
What? You're saying Democrats don't care about anything when it comes to oil?
So I'm just saying, like, if everybody wants lower gas prices. Did I just say grass prices?
Yeah, you did.
Gas prices. I can't talk today. But if everybody wants lower gas prices, I feel like people would just turn a blind eye if that's what Trump wanted to do. But to be honest, I don't think that's what's going to happen.
No.
Because I don't think they get most of their oil from Nigeria anyway.
Yeah, not most. But, I mean, Nigeria is like up
but it is definitely an oil-producing country.
I just thought about it because I was like, I mean, the world we're living in, anything can happen.
It's a fair thought.
I'm just thinking what's going to happen. Like, maybe I need to get a cut. Like, what's good out here? So... Yeah. Oh, another thing I want to talk about though,
I'm hearing.
is so talking about coming to America, chasing an American dream. There's this concept or misconception, I think, of if you come to America, like everything is easy.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like it ties in. It doesn't tie into the travel ban in terms of like travel ban is separate, but also just the idea of like coming to America fixes everything. Because I know a lot of people that just like. I'm not saying a lot of people. I know people that are like, I just want to come to America. Yeah. Like, let me just get there. Any means necessary, and I'll find a way. And I'm like, nah, it's not like. Yeah. First of all, you want to definitely be here legally, because if you're in here illegally, I don't even know how those people survive. Hell. Like, you can't get a real job.
Yeah,
you can't do anything, and you're literally like in fear because at any moment, like any interaction with the police,
life is
can
tough.
equal deportation.
Yeah.
Probably equals
even like a traffic violation can get you deported.
Yeah, like in Texas. And the thing is, that's the other thing. Police is allowed to pull you over. Just because
they think
like they don't need a good reason. That's the other thing people don't always like realize. Like you don't actually have to do something wrong or like they could just be like, nah, like I just want to see, like you just look suspicious. Yeah. Like your music was loud.
Yeah.
I was suspicious. Like I don't think coming to America is not. It's not the solution that people always kind of think it is.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people in a lot of the countries we just mentioned have that mentality of like, if I can get there, everything is okay. And it's just a different world that people don't realize until they...
There's definitely not much to add on to that. But I will say, like you mentioned earlier with your conversation with the two people at work, like when you come here legally and you have been the chosen one, if you will, and like you've kind of put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
It fuels you that much more to make sure you make something of it.
Definitely.
But you're right. Like, people think in making something of yourself, it's just, a quick 1, 2, 3 step, and before you know it, you're a millionaire. They don't realize the years of anguish and hard work and whatever it might take. But I don't think a lot of people shy away from it. Like, once they realize it, they're kind of like, okay, I guess I thought the grass was greener on the other side, but I'll make the best of what I can.
I think a lot of people find their way through it. Yeah. I just heard a couple of stories of people that, like, for example, someone will leave their whole family behind, come here illegally, and then have to support a family in a whole other country. It's like, you can barely survive here by yourself if you're here illegally. How are you ever going to support a family? And it's sad when people get caught in that trap. So I think it's something that we as Africans and as people that have maybe kind of seen both sides, or at least seen this side, should always make sure we let people know, like, yo, like, it's not that easy.
I will agree with you on that. I really will. But it's one of those things that until you get here and deal with it yourself, people just don't listen. Like, they think that you're just trying to be selfish. Like, that's actually something that goes around. Like, people are like, oh, you just don't want me to come there and eat bread like you. Like, you're just being selfish. You're just looking out for yourself.
That's
blah,
just
blah,
so
blah.
funny.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people do not take it as, like, a warning. They're taking it as, like, some sort of...
It's just crazy to me. Like, someone would literally be like, yo, I want to come to America, and And like, wait, what are you going to do in America? Like, what's your plan beyond coming? It's like, nah, I'm just going to come, and come on out. Like, nah, you can't come and figure it out here. Like, you need to have a good plan.
Yeah.
You need to have someone that's going to take care of you, and no one's really trying to take care of anyone, like, in these times. Mm-hmm. What else do you want to say about the travel ban?
I mean, nothing really. It's just unfortunate. I guess we'll see where the chips will fall. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. That's it.
It's very sad. We hope that things change for the better.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's the end of the world, but I do think that it's going to have a negative effect on a lot of people, which is always bad. But hopefully things get figured out soon. Elections are coming up. Go vote. Mm-hmm. I don't really care who you vote for. Just, make sure your voice is
Don't say that. I actually care who you vote for. Don't vote for fucking Trump, please.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
I care.
I'm just gonna tell you to
go vote though.
Go vote.
You don't care, Dolapo. No, I don't like that.
I care in the sense that, like, yes, I want you to vote for one person over the other, but
that's
you can't
caring.
make everyone vote.
I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. But that's where, like, someone like in the past, Taylor Swift has gone through that. Not to bring up Taylor Swift on this podcast, I don't feel like it's in our demographic per se, but like, she went through a whole coming of age kind of thing where at one point she was just so meek and quiet and kept all those type of things out of her rhetoric. Then she realized, I have millions upon millions upon millions of people to influence, and if what I'm saying could make the world better, fine. Just like, fine if you're a Trump supporter and you want to go out and share your thoughts and make people come to your side, cool, do you, boo. But at the same time, I'm not going to not use my voice.
I understand. I think
to say I care.
Where I'm coming from is, I don't know where I read this, but I read this thing, and I don't know how truthful it is. I'm sure it's a research that was done and someone kind of came up with this theory. But essentially it was like this. It's like, if you're trying to convince someone to do something, there's two ways. Well, not that there's two ways. It depends on what level of education that person has on the subject. Okay. Right? If it's someone that's not very educated on the subject, then you want to tell them what to do. Right. Like, you want to tell them, go vote for him, go vote for her. Okay. Because they're not that educated. Is too smart. I'm not saying that yet. I'm just saying that's like it's like a low level way of convincing someone because they don't have high intelligence or education. Of course. If someone is more educated in that subject, you telling them who to vote for is actually a turn off for them. Of
course, and I get it.
Nah, like, I'm going to vote for who I want, thank you.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to be a person.
I get it, but how about you can say, go vote, period. Don't say, I don't care who you vote for, because you do care. Like, imagine...
But their voting is not about me. They're not voting because I care, so what does it matter?
No, but I'm saying it comes off as, do whatever the hell you want, and you don't care about the ramifications.
Make an educated decision, but go vote. Like, make an educated decision and vote for who you choose.
For instance, we just talked about the travel ban for, a good solid few minutes now. And the reason the travel ban is a thing is because of the person that's a president and because of the executive order that he has.
I'm not
so if you vote for him, it continues. If you don't, there's a huge likelihood it won't, depending on who our candidate is or who our president ends up being.
Yeah.
So as a result of me caring about this issue so much, I care who the president ends up being. So I do care who you vote for.
I care
if you end up telling me who you voted for and it's somebody that I can't fuck with on so many levels, like a Trump, I'm gonna look at you a little sideways. I am.
I don't disagree with you saying that, but at the same time, it goes back to, listen, are we not gonna let people have the choice? Are we gonna tell them, like,
no, of course?
So I mean, what's
just
the
don't say I don't care.
But it's not
say
a big
educate
deal.
yourself.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Okay, people don't realize the words are a big deal.
I've just corrected
Semantics
it.
are a big deal.
I've just corrected it and I've said, make an educated choice.
Right.
Go vote. I don't care who you vote for.
Okay, so you accept that.
I'm gonna keep it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I will accept. Go make an educated choice and go vote, but don't add I don't care, because I genuinely do I do think semantics are a thing. I think the words you choose are a thing.
I understand words matter, but if you're gonna when I say I don't care, I say I don't care, I'm telling you that if you're gonna vote for Trump, I'm not gonna tell you don't go vote because you're gonna vote for Trump. That's what I mean by I don't care. So if you're gonna vote for
don't want you to vote if you're gonna vote for Trump.
Exactly. See, I disagree with that. So I'm not arguing with that point.
Okay.
That's why so when I say I don't care, that's what I mean. I mean, if you want to vote for Trump, if that's what you've decided, you've made an educated choice, that's your choice, go vote. If you're going to vote for Biden, whoever, go vote. Make your voice count. That's it. I'm not the person that's going to tell you who to vote for.
That's all. I care.
I don't
okay, let's leave it.
I don't mind if you care. Don't tell me to care.
Okay.
Beyond how much I care.
Okay.
What the hell? I don't want to care.
Okay.
Vote for who you want. In fact, I want to vote for Trump. You've made me angry. Alright guys, let's shout out some people.
Okay, coming off of that conversation, we can move on to shout outs. Shall we?
Yeah, okay. It just made me angry for no reason.
Whatever. We're fine, guys. The podcast isn't ending.
Yeah, we're just gonna fight after this. You know? Not physically, mentally.
Yeah, of course, physically, for aware. Okay, so let me go ahead and start with the shout out that I think is pretty cool. You actually hipped me to this, where HBO are they producing currently?
Yeah, a limited series. I don't think they started producing because they're still casting.
Oh, so they just picked it up. I mean, I guess they're producing it, but they just picked it up and ready to.
Yeah. So okay. I think probably by like the summer, end of the year, it might be out. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, but that's all about Americanas. Mm-hmm. They're adapting that for a short
limited series.
Yeah. So that should be pretty cool. I'll watch when it comes out.
Americana is a book by Chimamanda. It's one of her like most popular books. It's not her most popular, I don't know, but it's a really big deal.
Did you read her book?
I didn't read that. Okay. I don't know. I try to look at her books, but for some reason, like when I look at how they have like a description or whatever,
they never.
Like I'm just like, I don't know if I really want to read this. Yeah. Like, but I know it's like powerful stuff, and you know, it's about like a Nigerian girl like that migrates to America actually for school, I believe. That goes. It's like about the travel ban, low key. The book would never happen. Yeah, it would never happen.
Look at that connection. Ban, so. No, but I definitely look forward to watching it. I also have not read the book, but I tend to not read books.
Lupita's gonna be in it.
Oh, really?
She probably is the main character. I don't know for sure, but she's gonna be in it.
Yeah, I was saying though, I tend to not read books, but then I'll watch like whatever adaptation there is of it. Like I feel like most things that I've watched are adapted from something, so I'm excited no matter what.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. Let's see. We already kind of mentioned this, but Angelique Kidjo for winning her Grammy.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. That's a good thing, big deal. I don't know if you guys are living under a rock or something about the Super Bowl. Well, by the time you listen to this, I guess it happened already.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are gonna win.
You think so?
I'm calling it right now.
I'm gonna just say 49ers to be a contrarian.
Okay. Well, someone's gonna be right. Someone's gonna be wrong.
Yeah.
But I really hope the Chiefs win. And I think they should win. I think they'll be able to win.
Oh, what's that quarterback that everybody loves right now?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes?
I hear like he's the one.
Oh, he's incredible.
He is?
He is.
Yeah. Okay.
Like usually people like hype stuff and it's like, yo, you're hyping it. But he was hyped before he ever played. And then he played and it was like the best quarterback ever. And then the next, like this is his third season officially, but really only his second playing.
Okay.
And he's been just as good. So
I want him to win just because I like him. But 49ers to be a contrarian. We'll see. Yeah. We'll check back in next week.
Yeah, and then I think we'll just round it up with a little just rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. Yeah. It was very sad news. I was actually like flying when I got the news.
I was gonna say it's one of those where were you moments.
Yeah,
you were in the air.
I was in the air, and I was like, "Yo!" I was like, first, like someone posted in a group chat, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy!" And like, of course, someone else was like, "Why would you ever post this? This is a lie! Like, come on, like, that's crazy." And I saw that it was TMZ, so I looked to be like, "Is the link real?" Once I saw that it was a real link, it was a real story on TMZ. I read the story. I was like, yeah, no, like, this is real. Like, TMZ
me, never really misses. I'm not going to lie. Like, so people always want to bring up the Lil Wayne thing. But even with the Lil Wayne thing. He was in the hospital. He was dying. They said the truth. Like, everything that was in that article was apparently the truth. They never pronounced him dead. They said that he was read his rights and all that jazz. So, honestly, anytime TMZ reports something, I tend to believe it. And I was just home chilling on a Sunday, like, relaxing, and my brother is the one who told me. He came downstairs and told me. I actually heard him upstairs telling my mom, and my mom was like, "What?" And I was like, I actually like disregarded it. She said Kobe's name, but I didn't regard it as he's dead. I regarded it as like something else is happening. And then he came downstairs, told me. I freaked out, looked at my phone. I had a couple texts. I freaked out some more. Went online, saw everything. It was very sad. Whoa. It was very sad, and prayers to just. For him, for his family, really. Because it wasn't just him. His daughter was on the plane, the helicopter. There was a family that lost like 3 people. Like a mother, father, daughter. And
like,
daughter. They left 2, I think, kids
I believe so. So yeah, just rest in peace to everyone that like passed away. And just everyone that's passed away like in recent times. A lot of times we remember death when it's someone we know or someone we care about. But people are literally dying on a daily basis for good reasons, bad reasons, like just a whole plethora of like causes. So
I totally agree.
Always remember how I guess short and fragile life is, and let's make the most of it while we're here.
Yeah, ditto.
All right. Oh, thanks for listening to the episode and watching. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, follow, like, listen, follow, like,
all
listen,
of that.
Share,
listen, subscribe, like, follow, like,
definitely.
Listen, subscribe, listen.
Exactly.
Tell somebody about it.
Exactly.
If you don't do anything else we just said, tell somebody about it and make them also subscribe. Listen,
so simple.
Like,
everything. All right, guys. Have a good week.
Bye.